Give me a ticket for an aeroplane. Ain't got time to take a fast train. Lonely days ago, now I'm going home. My baby, you owe me a letter. I don't care how much money I gotta spend. Got to get back to my baby again. Lonely days are gone, I'm going home. My baby, you owe me a letter. Well, she wrote me a letter, said she couldn't live without me no more. Listen, mister, can't you see I gotta get back to my baby once more? Anyway, give me a ticket for an aeroplane. Ain't got time to take a fast train. Lonely days are gone, I'm going home. My baby, she wrote me a letter. Well, she wrote me a letter, said she couldn't live without me no more. Listen, mister, can't you see I gotta get back to my baby once more? Anyway, give me a ticket for an aeroplane. Ain't got time to take a fast train. Lonely days are gone, I'm going home. My baby, she wrote me a letter. 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 Hey, how you doing out there, guitar heroes? All right, how about the Box Tops from 1968? They got The Letter. A very popular song back in 1968. We've got an interesting little intro riff that if you don't pay much attention, you don't really even hear that it's there. And then we have a fairly fast-paced song, kind of hard to keep up, basically in the key of C chords. Because I barely can sing this, I got it tuned down a half, and that works kind of okay. Maybe even should have gone down a little bit more. So we start out with this little riff, and it's kind of interesting. This is the only time I believe it's played in the song. Open E, 4 on the E, and then we're going to take our index finger and get on the 2nd fret of the A string, and then we want to be on the 2nd fret of the D string, so we're going to kind of roll the finger. Open on the D, and then back to the A string. 3, 2. And we end up right there. And then we go right into the song. So let's go through this one more time. A little bit complicated when you don't have it right in front of you. Open E, 4 on the E, 2 on the A, 2 on the D, open on the D, 3 on the A, 2 on the A. You're going to end right there, and then we're going to go into the first verse, which is A minor. Give me a ticket for an aeroplane. Now I'm using an F major 7 as opposed to an F, and you know, it sounds okay to me, but that's what an F would sound like. It sounds a little bit better. I really have a hard time. The speed is so fast to change chords that it's a way to kind of get around, you know, hey, I can't quite make it well. And that's what I'm doing here, is I'm having a real hard time getting into that F bar chord so fast. And if you don't have trouble switching that fast, then no problem. But an F major 7 can be an option. Now sometimes you want to roll your finger down here a little bit so you don't catch this string, this high E. And if you just hit that, basically you got the same notes that's in an F. Well, it's only the high E is the one that doesn't sound right. Okay, so we got A minor, give me a ticket for a F, airplane, and then A7, A minor 7. So I'm just going to pick this finger up, right, for an A minor 7. Ain't got time for it. And then D7, fast train, D7, back to the A minor. Lonely days are gone, F. I'm a going home, and then an E7. My baby, she wrote me a A minor letter. Same pattern on the next verse. I don't care how much money I gotta spend. A minor 7, gotta get back, and D7, baby again. A minor, lonely days are gone. F, I'm a going home, my baby. E7, she wrote me a letter. A minor. Okay, so the speed is pretty high. So let's just kind of get the speed down. Give me a ticket for an aeroplane. Ain't got time to take a fast train. Lonely days are gone. I'm a going home. My baby, she wrote me a letter. I don't care how much money I gotta spend. Gotta get back to my baby again. Of course, you know, at the beginning you start slower and you work up your speed to get it, because it's a little tricky to go right to this speed. And as many times as I play this, I get stuck on some of these fast chord changes myself, plenty often. Okay, so we got through the first two verses. They're exactly the same chord progression. Then we're going to go into the chorus, and we're going to come off an A minor off of that last line. She wrote me a letter, well she, C, wrote me a G, letter said she couldn't F, C, this is the quick step, one word, one chord to a word, live with G, without me no more, C, listen Mr. C, G, can't you see I've, F, gotta get C, back to my G, baby once more, E7, and then anyway on the end, and then right back into the next verse. Give me a ticket for an aeroplane, ain't got time to take a fast train, lonely days are gone. And then so it's another verse, it's exactly the same. In fact, it's the same as the first verse is being repeated again. In fact, the verses all seem like they're all the same from a lyric perspective. Okay, so we're going to get on that. We're going to finish up that verse. We're going to go back, do the chorus again, okay? And then at the end of the verses, we're going to do another the verse again. Basically, it's identical. And then at the end, we got a little outro, and this is where I feel like I need to do the Joe Cocker version. My baby, she wrote me a letter. That's the way it's supposed to go. My baby, she wrote me a letter. My baby, she wrote me a letter. My baby, she wrote me a letter. And I don't know if this song fades out. It probably does fade out. But the Joe Cocker version, I don't want to confuse anybody, but the Joe Cocker version, if you got that in your head, which sometimes I do, it's kind of the opposite. We go from an A minor to the E7. So we go, my baby, she wrote me a letter. A minor. My baby, she said, wrote me a letter. My baby, she wrote me a letter. And then we would end on an A minor. So, either one of those two endings are fine. Obviously, they're a little bit different. And sometimes if you get one song in your head, it's sometimes hard to get around that. Okay, so there you go. The Letter by the Bach Tops, 1968. Hope you got something out of this lesson. Take it easy and keep strumming out there. My baby, she wrote me a letter. My baby, she wrote me a letter. My baby, she wrote